Hello, my name's JP, I'm a composer and producer, and I'm so excited because today for Music Broth I'm going to be taking you through how to sample everyday household objects and work them into your tracks. So we're going to find some sounds. Okay, so the first sound we're going to have a look at is the fork hitting the floor. And that's a pretty uninspiring sound at the moment, but I think we can turn it into kind of a really cool, glitchy percussion kind of rhythmic thing. So first off, what we're going to do is just chop up the sample and find any bits that sound good. And that's already pretty close, actually. So we're going to add an EQ and get rid of all of that low end. So not bad. Let's have a listen to everything we've got so far. Alright, so I've actually built a track around it. You can see those chopped up samples there, but I also wanted to use the packaging crinkle from earlier, just to kind of add this grit and kind of almost vinyl sound to it, sort of ASMR kind of feeling. So I first got rid of all the bass on it, and then I used a compressor just to kind of even out the sound a bit. So everything all together sounds like this. So as well as that glitchy sort of percussion thing, I thought I'd turn this fork dropping into kind of an alternative crash cymbal. So our sound is, with an absolute ton of reverb and delay, and then we can use it as a really interesting alternative to a crash cymbal. Now let's look at our wine glass. So it's sounding pretty good. I just want to get rid of some of that low end and also some of that sort of squeakiness from the fingers. So we're going to turn this into a playable instrument. For that, I've exported the sample and I'm going to then drag it into Kontakt. You can build this in kind of any sampler you want, but I'm using Kontakt. So as you can hear, Kontakt automatically pitches the sample across some different notes. But we definitely need to make sure that they are playing the right notes. So I'm going to load up just a sine wave to check the tuning. And if we play them both at the same time, you can hear that they're pretty out of tune. So we'll just tweak the tune knob until they sound at the same pitch. There we go. And then final step, we're just going to drag out the sample to cover a whole bunch more notes so that we have a nice range. Fabulous. Oh, it has that really lovely organic sound to it, doesn't it? So I actually used this sample instrument on a soundtrack I did for a TV series, and I've used it in kind of the context of a tension bed underscore type thing. Alright, so finally we have our wall sample. Again, it's pretty uninspiring to be honest, but let's see what we can come up with. So first thing to do, like with all the others, is to chop it down to size. I'm adding just a little tiny fade there to get rid of any pops. And then we're going to do some EQ. Just boost the bass a bit. Get rid of some of the high end, make it sound nice and thick. And I just want to time stretch it out a bit just to get some of that tail back. Oh, this is interesting. Wow, okay. I think I want to explore this a bit further. So I'm going to bounce it within Logic just to kind of see what we can do with it. Nice. I think this could actually make quite an interesting bass. So I'm going to bring the sample into Contact so we can edit it just that little bit further. And also, as you can see in the mapping editor, I've dragged it to cover a few notes so we can play it as an instrument. Well, that's it. I hope you learned something. I use these techniques all the time because it's good fun. And if you make your own sounds, then you have sounds that no one else has, which helps add this kind of unique little flavour to your tracks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're staying safe and well, and I'll see you next time.